VS Code, as we have seen previously in this section, that it is highly customizable and which allows you to tailor the appearance and the behavior of the editor. And what about the key bindings that we are going to cover in this lecture? So key bindings refer to the mapping of specific key combinations to perform common actions and popular actions within a software application. For instance, Ctrl+X for cut, Ctrl+C for copy, and Ctrl+V for paste, to name just a few. And in the context of Visual Studio Code, or VS Code in short, key bindings can be customized to fit individual workflows, allowing developers to increase efficiency and productivity by mapping frequently used commands to easily accessible key combinations. So now we are going to see a live demo of key bindings in action on Visual Studio Code, and we'll customize key bindings, install key binding extensions. So over to Visual Studio Code. Now onto the Visual Studio Code. We can open the keyboard shortcut editor by going to File, Preferences, and Keyboard Shortcuts, wherein you can get all these keyboard shortcuts like command and key bindings, Control plus / for accept line completion, accept inline edit for tab, accept inline suggestion for tab. Okay, so source is the system. Now we can also open, if I close this keyboard shortcut with this key combination, Control K, and with Control key pressed, Control S. Okay, then it is the key combination for opening the keyboard shortcut. Now let's see how do we install a key binding extension. So I will just close this one and I will open the extensions views, which is here. So clicking extensions icon will open the extensions, all the list of extensions that are installed. So I can search for any installation that I would like to be installing. So I start for Sublime Text Key Map. Okay, so it will open up all the things. Sublime Text Key Map, import Sublime Text settings and key bindings into VS Code. Okay, and click on install, and it is installing. You can disable or uninstall it. So it will Sublime importer for VS Code. It has got these key maps. Okay, and you have to restart Visual Studio Code after installation of this extension, and then my favorite Sublime Text Keyboard shortcuts will be available in VS Code. So you can see I have given stretched to give more real estate on this part. You can read everything in detail about the Sublime importer for VS Code. This is just an example I just wanted to give you. So let's restart the VS Code. Now we have seen that we have installed the Sublime Text extension. So I'll open the keyboard shortcuts again by Control and K, Control K and Control S, and then type Sublime in the search box. So you can see that the source is all about Sublime here. Now I will stretch it in. Sublime Text Key Map and settings importer, Sublime extension, and then Sublime Text Key Map and settings importer. So everything related to Sublime Text Key Map, Sublime Text extension is already there. Now arbitrarily I have chosen this one. I'd like to customize. I'll show you the features. So find previous. In this one, right clicking, if I wish to change the key binding, it's at the moment it is Shift plus F4 for find previous. Okay, change key binding. If I give it a combination like shift plus F1 and click on enter, it will be changed, and you can see that it has suddenly disappeared. But once I start searching, you can find that it is already there, shift plus F1 key that I have changed it to from shift plus F4. Now if I'd like to reset key binding, it will come back to its original shift plus F4, because there are many commands with the same name, find previous, so it is still there. I could track it over here, shift plus F4. Now I can also so I have changed the key binding, reset the key binding, and I can remove it altogether also. So it is now removed actually. All right. So if I wish to remove it, find previous selection, just for, because it is a fresh one, you can see I can remove also. So this shows how do I install an extension of my choice, how do I customize it by changing the key combination or resetting it to the earlier combination or removing it altogether. Now examples of some key binding extensions. Sublime text key map, which you have already installed and seen how we can customize it. Atom key map, Vim key map, and Emacs key map, and IntelliJ IDEA key map. Okay. So Sublime text key map mimics Sublime text keyboard shortcuts in VS Code, and Atom key map brings Atom editor's key bindings to VS Code. Similarly, for Vim key map, integrates Vim's modal editing features into VS Code. So those who have used Vim key map, Vim editor, will have some idea about it, but it is out of context to discuss about the Vim editors. And Emacs key map provides Emacs style key bindings for VS Code, and IntelliJ IDEA key map replicates IntelliJ IDEA shortcut in VS Code. These are just for some example. I don't recommend you to go through all of these in detail. Okay, but these extensions can help you transition smoothly if you are used to keyboard shortcuts of another editor, or if you are looking to try out different key binding setup. So next is, let's see some popular key binding extensions. So command palette, it accesses all the commands and features. So let's get back to our Visual Studio Code, and the extension was putting this PowerPoint slideshow and VS Code editor side by side together to see in real time. So this is Control plus Shift plus P. So Control plus Shift plus P opens this command palette. Okay, and you can look for any command. Okay. Next is Zen mode. So for the Zen mode, it focuses on your code without distractions. So the key combination is Control plus K and Z for Windows and Linux, and Command plus K and Z for Mac OS 2. So Control plus K, Control plus K, and then Z. So it comes to the Zen mode. So there is no distraction. There is nothing else you can see left or right. There is no menu. There is no icons. There is no sidebar. There is no top bar. Anything. So it's just distraction-free coding. All right. And how do you escape the Zen mode? This is the Zen mode. Pressing the escape key twice. Okay. So it is exited the Zen mode. Next is search files. So for search files, Control plus Shift plus F for Windows and Linux, and Command plus Shift plus F for Mac OS X. Control plus Shift plus F, you can search for files and delete previous word. Control plus backspace. So if you know it very well, Control plus backspace. Okay, delete previous word. And select text word by word. Increase selection precision. Control plus shift plus left or right arrow. So Control plus shift plus left or right arrow. Okay, so it is selecting text word by word. Now in conclusion, so this lecture focused on key features and functionalities of Visual Studio Code as below: customization of key bindings, examples of key binding extensions, and some popular key binding extensions that we have seen. Thank you very much for attending.